Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, you can use the links in the description box to Facebook and Instagram to learn more about myself and my family. Definitely get subscribed if you're new here as well. So welcome back to a new What's Cooking vlog, and I know this is kind of different. It's a different style than what I usually put up, but I was wanting to kind of like rediscover my love of the kitchen. And it's not been easy for me because I got into the habit of just not wanting to be in the kitchen. But I've rediscovered through my love of my children and my love of making sure that we are ready for dinner and not being stressed out and going ahead and prepping during the day when I'm not working and I'm home to make cooking and dinner time so much easier. But as I said, there has been quite a shift in the way I'm eating and the way I'm cooking, and I thought that I would really just adventure back into the kitchen and start bringing out more fruits and vegetables, eating more seasonally, cooking more for my children and my family, and really just focusing on what I used to love. And some of that includes, you know, knife skills, cutting, cooking, getting things ready. And even as I move on into a new way of sharing cooking vlogs with you, I'm still going to be sharing meals that I make for my family that are able to be switched up. You can switch what ingredients you can use. You can, you know, do a vegan style with some of the ideas that I share with you. And old recipes that I have shared, I plan on just linking below and sharing a small snippet of that meal. For me, getting ready for dinner and preparing for my family also includes just taking care of the kitchen, taking time to invest in an area that you're at all the time, that you're spending time in, talking, eating. So part of that for me is the plants. I love plants. I would love to get more plants. The window box above my sink is so nice. I have mostly cactuses. I love getting my hands wet. I love messing around in the soil, picking out dead leaves. I just enjoy spending time cleaning this area. It's so relaxing, and it gives me a chance just to take in some more beauty. I think when we can bring as much of the beauty from outside inside, no matter how big your home is, or if you live in an apartment or in a gorgeous farmhouse, you can make it feel so much better by just bringing in some of the things that are alive, that are beautiful, that are seasonal. And I love my little cactuses. These little owl planters I got off of Amazon, and it's on my shoppable page in case you're interested. I also have some different plants propagating in the water in this adorable little set that I have on that plant stand above my sink as well. I really do spend a lot of time here. I take care of it, and I don't know, I just find it peaceful and beautiful, and I'm waiting on my orchid to bloom again, and I plan on getting more. Like, I just really enjoy this area, and I think it's very inviting to all my friends and family. So the kitchen table is where we all eat. I am always washing placemats, and I had cleaned the table really well this morning, but I wanted to move everything off of it and take some Pledge and give it a good wipe down so it could shine up. We spend so much time here, and it's just one of the places in the house where we can get together and talk about our day and see each other. And not every single night do all of us eat together. There's nights when Jackson's at work and Brittany's at work, and it's just AJ and myself, sometimes Ryan. But it's a place where we all come together. It's such a welcoming space, and when I am done cleaning it, I always like to put some furniture polish on it and give it a really good wipe down. Sometimes I do the chairs. Today I'm just going to wipe it down and put the placemats back on and try to make it as inviting as I can to my family. We're at this table all the time, and while I really would like a new kitchen table, this is the table that I have had for a long while now, and my kids, don't really care. They just want to get together and have dinner. And simple routines is just keeping up with the spaces that you've got to spend a lot of time in makes it more inviting, so you want to be in there. It's not always easy if it's just cluttered up and lots of stuff everywhere. I do have quite a bit of stuff. My home is very lived in. It's not perfect. It's never going to be Pinterest perfect, but it's inviting, it's warm, it smells good, it's cozy, and it's our home. And while I have rented homes for a while now, I have been working to build my credit up, so I'm not always renting, and I can find that dream house that I really... You might have just heard AJ. He is buzzing around the house while I'm working on this video. The placemats that I am putting down, I got off of Amazon. They really did need ironed, but we're skipping out on that and just putting down clean placemats and getting things freshened up for dinner. And I always keep a big platter of fruit out for the entire family. And I can't forget to wipe off AJ's little alphabet mat that he uses all the time. And we go over the ABCs all the time right from that little mat. It doesn't take much to keep your house tidied up. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it is nice to have things cleaned up, new towels out. Just freshen the space to make it more inviting. Also, whenever I am refreshing my kitchen, I refresh things like the sugar and the flour and anything else that needs to be filled up so we can just move through our day, our mornings, our evenings easier. And it always looks so much nicer to have things, say, in mason jars than it does in the product's packaging. So I like to take things out of its original packaging and make it look nice in the kitchen. And speaking of life in the kitchen, this is Wilson, our betta fish. He is so sweet, and I feed him, and I love watching him eat. He is just adorable, and we all love him. So he lives in our kitchen as well. Again, his name is Wilson. So let's move on into some of the meals that I want to share with you in this video. We are sharing meals that are family-oriented meals. So these meals are, in my mind, made for family gatherings. And whenever I know we're having everyone here for dinner, I like to make something filling and comforting. So in this video, those are the kind of recipes you're going to see. And in future videos, you'll see recipes on morning meals. You'll see recipes on spring meals and winter. We're just switching it up a little bit, and I'm excited to share it. So let's get into the video. So this is Please Make It Again hamburger casserole that I served with sweet white corn and a simple salad. I found this recipe online. It looked super simple and sounded delicious. You need a pound of ground round ground beef, 2 cans of tomato soup, some medium shelled pasta, some white mozzarella cheese, and some yellow cheddar cheese. Also need an onion and some salt and pepper along with garlic powder. It's a very simple recipe, and a lot of these things many of us already have on hand. So on one of those nights when it's super busy and you have a lot going on, you don't want to be in the kitchen, all you have to do is basically throw this together. It cooks up really, really fast and will be delicious for your family. So the first thing I do is get my pot on the stove to boil my pasta shells and get the water heating up. And then just simply spray a nonstick pan with some nonstick spray just to keep it safe, and break up your ground round or ground beef right in your skillet. It doesn't take long to make this. We've had it twice now since I first tried it. I just love it because it's so simple, it's delicious, and it's a hit. So again, just break up your ground beef just like you would for spaghetti sauce. And then for our family, since AJ really doesn't like onions, I'm going to simply just grate in some onions. It's very easy, doesn't take much time. It gives a more softer onion taste than, say, just dicing up some onion. But of course, you definitely could dice it up when you do what I'm doing with grating it. It just kind of comes off in pieces that melt within the sauce or whatever you're making. I like to give it all a really good stir, get that hamburger browned up really well, and you can go ahead and add in your salt and pepper. You can add in your garlic powder. This is the time for those dry seasonings. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add my pasta to some salted water. It's definitely important to salt your water. It's basically the only time you have to flavor your pasta. So salt your water every time. And then I just dropped in some medium shell pasta that I got right from the grocery store. A lot of times we have this on hand. It doesn't matter what kind of pasta it is, what shape it is, just that it's basically, medium-sized pasta that is quick to cook. And you can undercook this by a minute or so. Once the ground beef is done, all you do is add in your 2 cans of tomato soup. This really gives it such a distinct, tangy taste, I guess, that I love. You do need to add 1 can of water in, so that's what you see me doing. I like it a little thicker, so I leave some out. You can see little AJ back there. He's so cute. He's getting grapes. And now I'm adding about, a cup of yellow cheese and a cup of white cheese. It's mixed right into the sauce. Very simple. It's mozzarella and cheddar. Mix it right in, and it will melt for you and really flavor that sauce up even more. This is basically, in my opinion, like a homemade hamburger helper. Very, very delicious and much better for you than one of those boxes. So then just get your casserole ready by spraying it with some nonstick spray. Dump in the hamburger and the sauce and the cheese. Then when the pasta is about 1 minute undercooked, go ahead and drain it. I'm draining it using a spider directly into the casserole. I find this is just so much easier than getting out a strainer. If you don't own a spider, a slotted spoon would work just as well, but definitely invest in a spider. They are worth every penny. I use it for so many different things. And then basically you're just mixing up all of those shells right into the hamburger mixture and topping it with even more cheese. I'm not a huge fan of melted cheese. I never have been. But my kids, my family, they love cheese, so I just went ahead and loaded it up with the yellow cheese and now the mozzarella cheese. It's going to be delicious. And then your oven is preheating up to 350, and you're going to put some aluminum foil on it. And get it right in the oven. It basically is already cooked. All you have to do is melt the cheese, and again, so delicious. My family really loved this, and we didn't even make a dent in it. So definitely make it. You'll have plenty for leftovers for lunches or an additional dinner. I served it with the corn and the green garden salad. The brown sugar meatloaf, mashed potatoes with brown gravy, green beans with watermelon. This is one of my family's favorite meatloaf recipes. They love it, and I will link it below. This is a slow cooker beef roast with potatoes and carrots that I made for my family. We put it in the crock pot actually a little later than what we really thought we would. I just got busy, and then we took off for a late afternoon trip to the park with AJ. We came back. We had this waiting on us. It has baby carrots, little potatoes, beef roast. I serve it up most of the time with cottage cheese and some fruit. So I think this night we actually had grapes with it. And you know, for me, just the refreshing fruit is always such a compliment to any meal, especially a heavy meal, a big family meal. And the crock pot is a great way to take care of things without heating up your house in the summer, without having to be there to watch it. And, you know, it just does all the work for you. So who doesn't love a crock pot? And by the way, I do have a crock pot series on my channel. It's from a few years ago, but I will link it below because there's many, many good recipes in that series. If you haven't checked it out, you definitely should. So this meal, the chicken quesadillas with refried bean salsa and queso with chips, is definitely a huge hit in our family. It's loved by all the kids, and it was very simple to make. The next family style meal that we made is the panko breaded pork chops and green beans, potatoes, and fruit. This is a very good dinner. It was so easy to make. It was done within 30 minutes. I thawed out some pork chops that I bought, I don't know, a few days ago. And I'm going to bread them in some panko breadcrumbs, which are really light, kind of fluffy. It's good. And I'm going to use an egg and some milk for the wash, and then dip them in the panko breadcrumbs. I'm going to fry them up until they are brown. They will not be cooked all the way through. They will finish off in the oven. It's been a long day. I don't want to really make mashed potatoes or anything like that. So tonight I'm doing whole potatoes and green beans. It is so fast. I think I've got some bacon. I'm going to snip it up, throw that in here. That takes care of potatoes and vegetable, and I'm going to serve it with some kind of fruit. So I'm going to get busy. I'm just going to get these breaded and get them frying. I'm just using some vegetable oil to fry them in, and then as soon as they're light golden brown, I'm popping them into a 375-degree oven. So I really believe that these little potatoes and the green beans with the onion and some bacon is a wonderful side you can pull off so fast. I'm going to add some bacon. I think I got 3 pieces. I'm just kind of tearing up and putting in. I knew somebody who liked to put in a can of mushrooms in their green beans. I'm not a huge mushroom person. I make it very flavorful. These little potatoes are usually very tender. And again, you could do it with fresh potatoes and fresh green beans. I've done it a million times, but I don't have that kind of time tonight. So this is what it is. So this next meal is chicken and rice with honey glazed carrots and some pears. And this is such an easy and delicious fast meal that is very filling, comforting, perfect for a family. Usually I use chicken tenderloins or thin chicken breast and brown them up. I use rice-a-roni chicken flavored rice, but you could switch it up to quinoa or like long grain rice. Whatever you would like to use would work fine with it. It's a very filling meal, and I just served some very simple sides. Some honey glazed carrots were usually a hit with even AJ, and some pears. And again, this meal usually I make a bunch of so we can eat it during the week. It's very delicious, easy to make, and everyone seems to love it. And pasta dinners with salad and breadsticks is another family meal my family loves. I served it very simply with a salad and some breadsticks. This one actually is rigatoni. It's a small pasta, and I just did a meat sauce, and again, it's something family style that there's a lot of, and we can feed a crowd that doesn't take a long time. Having family around and having Brittany in the kitchen and Jackson around and playing with AJ and spending time as a family when we can all get together is really something I strive for. This roasted chicken with vegetables was a very easy meal to make. I like to pile the vegetables beneath so the chicken juices can flow as the chicken cooks. A lot of times I'll put butter under the skin and add a bunch of spices to the top to make the skin super flavorful. It's one of my favorite parts of a roasted chicken. And then I put it in the oven and I let the oven do all the work, and let me tell you, the end result is a delicious roasted chicken with vegetables that are roasted in the chicken juices. I actually dipped pieces of this chicken in red wine vinegar, and it was delicious. Another favorite meal is Salisbury steak, and I serve it up a lot of times with mashed potatoes, some type of vegetable, this time sweet white corn, and again, I always serve up fruit. So tonight we had grapes. Salisbury steaks are super easy to make. They're not expensive, and they're delicious. My family loves them. The white corn was super sweet. Mashed potatoes go perfect with Salisbury steak. And again, I like something a little refreshing, a little lighter, and I picked grapes for this night, and we all munched on them, and it was a very easy meal that didn't take very long to make at all. One of my favorite meals, and as I said, all family meals do not have to be a heavy kind of meal. So I'm making a barbecue chicken Cobb salad. I have some beautiful greens spread out on this platter, and I've already cut up a lot of vegetables. I added some sweet corn. I'm adding these beautiful red onions that really are quite sweet. I really like them a lot. I have cauliflower, broccoli, green onions, tomatoes, egg, all kinds of delicious vegetables that are the main star of dinner. And, you know, we have quite a few picky eaters here. I really shouldn't say picky, but everybody has their likes and dislikes. And with something like this, I put everything on it. And if there's something that somebody doesn't like Jackson doesn't like cucumbers and Ryan doesn't like tomatoes, then they can pick around it. I also didn't do a salad dressing because, again, different people like different salad dressings. For me, I prefer a ranch with a Cobb salad, and Ryan and AJ prefer French. So Brittany actually had ranch with this as well. I like to crumble crackers up opposed to croutons also. I think they're easier to eat, and I like the buttery crackers. So I just crumbled some of those on top. Now for the chicken, I did a barbecue chicken. You could definitely just do a regular plain chicken. You could also use tofu. You could definitely do a barbecue tofu if you wanted to make it even more healthier and meat-free. But the barbecue chicken just adds a bit of extra flavor that you don't get normally just in a Cobb salad. So I really like the idea of just stacking all of the delicious pieces of barbecue chicken right on top. I just piled it all up, and it was absolutely delicious. It's this big, beautiful, massive salad that everybody can dig into, can enjoy, and kind of make their own with whatever they choose to leave in it, and whatever salad dressings they chose as well. And it's just a very filling dinner, even if it's a lighter kind of dinner, so healthy. Again, we served it up with grapes, and yes, that's a Mountain Dew. I love Mountain Dew, and I think I needed the energy that night. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you got some dinner ideas, some inspiration. You can leave your comments and thoughts below, and don't forget to get subscribed if you're new to my channel. I will see you very soon with another video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.